Well, it's breakfast time at the farm here. Charlotte just had some porridge, some oatmeal, and yogurt and berries. Now it's time to go do chores. Yeah. You need to come help Daddy get eggs? Yeah. Better make some coffee before we go and do chores. I don't know if anybody else has one of these Cuisinart coffee makers, but if you do, you'll know it sounds like you're mining for coal every time you make coffee. So see if we can't wake up the whole household here. What are you doing, Miss Muffet? Hello. Whoa. Hello. Good morning. Do you need some coffee too? Miss Charlotte's got her coffee. Say cheers. Oh, that's good coffee, isn't it? Oh, that's such good coffee. Well, it's another beautiful morning out here this morning. It's about 0 degrees. See, it's still winter time. That's okay. It's actually pretty nice out. We're gonna hurry and do morning chores today. We're gonna head out to Rio Grande and help move cows, so that'll be fun. They're all over there cleaning up leftovers. Come on. We soak all our feed overnight. That helps add a little bit extra weight to it, reduce their feed costs. Makes it a lot easier for the girls to digest as well. So, hot tip if you're keeping chickens, soak your feed overnight. Now you can see we've started feeding them over here as well. This is where our permaculture garden's gonna go here in the spring. So we're starting to put a little bit of grain down between our rows of trees. Get them pecking and scratching over here, and then they'll eventually start tilling the soil, and we can plant a couple rows of potatoes, maybe some carrots in here, and the girls will peck and scratch around that, keep it all nice and weed free, and they'll eat all the grasshoppers and the bugs and stuff, and so it'll be a good deal. So you can see over here, just right out in front of the chicken coop, where we haven't seeded any grass yet, but the chickens come out when the sun comes out and they peck and they scratch and they just completely work this soil. So it's going to be great when we seed the grass. The soil will be well conditioned, well fertilized. We're going to get some nice lush grass here. So the next thing we do, we soak our feed grain for the next day, so it's nice and soft and easy for the girls to eat the next day. So you can see that looks like a pretty soupy mix, but you'd be surprised how much moisture that grain will actually absorb. You saw what we dumped out this morning. It's like more like a porridge almost, but it breaks up nice and crumbly, and it's easy for the chickens to eat. Really easy for them to digest, and it reduces your feed costs as well as it actually reduces the stress on the chicken as they try to digest. So for happy, healthy layers, that's what we really recommend. So as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to be lambing in about 3 weeks here. So we're going to give our ewes grain every single day for the next 3 weeks until they start lambing. They don't really need the grain, but it does help them get prepared. They're well conditioned for lambing and then for having milk production as well. So we don't give them much, we just give them the 1 bucket between 12 of them. It doesn't take a whole lot. As you can see, they know it's coming. They're ready for a treat. Morning, girl. You sleep good last night? Morning, Millie. Hi, Duchess. Oh, right in the face. A little bit breezy this morning. It's always breezy here every day. So you can see Mavis here, she's just starting to bag up. We'll keep a close eye on her. She's a purebred Dorset ewe, so we're expecting twins or triplets out of her. So this is our sheep shelter, and you can see they've been using it all winter here. And we usually bed them down outside, but they can come in here and get out of the wind. And you can look at all this fantastic fertilizer that we'll be able to put into our garden. So we'll shovel all this up here in about a week, throw it in the wheelbarrow, pack it across the yard, and we'll put it over by the chicken pen, and the chickens can peck and scratch through it. As it warms up, the flies will lay larvae inside, and chickens will be able to scratch through that and eat the larvae and get some good protein. And then from there we'll end up with some fantastic compost. So you can see there's a board laying over here. That's where the bulls are over there. Bulls were over here rubbing, knocked a rail off the fence by the water last night. So we'll have to do a little bit of fencing this afternoon when we get back from moving the other cows. Way over there by the feeder. You can't see him right now. Eeyore's over there. Eeyore. Anyways, pretty nice day. See that arch over there? Looking like we might actually get a little bit of snow later on today. Hey Rosie. What do you think? Hey girl. Yeah, you're a good pony, eh? So you can see the pen where Lester's at right now. This big pile of hay here. Sheep are renowned for wasting food. I don't know why they're just pull and dig and dig and dig. They got to get to the center of the bale every time. So there's all this hay piled up. The sheep won't eat it. Hey buddy, how are you? So we're probably going to do here in the spring, if we can get a couple of piglets, we'll put a couple of piglets in here, and we'll be feeding them in here, and they can root and dig through here, and they'll probably eat a lot of this up and again turn it into compost. And then just over here past the shed is where we're going to put our vegetable garden, so we'll be able to transport this compost that the pigs make quickly over to the vegetable garden and be able to grow lots of potatoes, carrots, beetroot, so on and so forth. You girls just about finished all your snacks? Oh, found a couple more over there. Just went and got the girls another block of minerals. Again, we want to make sure they're as healthy as they can possibly be before lambing season. This is our last block, so we'll probably have to go to Foster's and Beaver Lodge. Pick up some more today on our way to Rio Grande. Hey girls. Yeah, you get one more treat. Okay. There you go. Go to town. Even the pony likes it. So you can see in our chicken house we've got quite a bit of roosting space for the birds. One thing that's pretty concerning, if you look down here in the nesting boxes, they're pooping in the nesting boxes. So what that means is they're probably spending the night in there and they're not going up to their roosts. So we might have to build, we've got a little bit of blank space here, a little bit of blank canvas. We might actually have to build some additional roosts for them so that they don't go in the nesting boxes and poop in there. When there's poop in the nesting boxes, they won't go in there and lay eggs. Now, when you do any work on the farm, power tools, remember, safety first. works. You betcha. June, you can't come in the chicken coop. We're working on a project. Yeah, that's right. Go get some sunshine. Good girl. So essentially what we want to do here, we've got this one roost that goes about 3/4 the width across the coop, but it's not quite enough room for all the birds to roost. So we've got this open space here. We've got our boards cut already. We're just going to add another leg that goes straight across all the way to the side. Then hopefully all the birds have a nice place to take a nap at night. So there you have it, a little bit of extra roost room for the girls. They should be able to come in here now, hop up from one level over here onto the next, have lots of room to share, just like bunk beds. So much room for activities. Okay, let's let the girls back in. So now that we've added to the roosts, you're probably wondering, well, why did we not put a bar across here? And so you can see two reasons why. If we put a bar across here, it would actually interfere with the hatch opening to let the chickens out. Plus, also, it's really low to the ground, and they don't actually utilize this bar for roosting. It's a natural defense mechanism of chickens to roost at a higher level, just to protect them from predators. So I thought, well, if we have a roost that low, that close to the hatch, chances are they won't use it anyways, just because they will be scared of foxes or weasels or the cat or whatever it might be. So put them up a little bit higher and they'll hopefully be happy and enjoy their new bed. What are you doing, Miko? Oh, good boy. Figure June hasn't seen the home renos yet, but she's going to be super excited when she does. Miko, what are you doing? Crazy dog. Want Levins, don't you? You just want Levins. Good boy. Come on in, girls, check it out. It's a little bit anticlimactic. I was expecting this to be like one of those home reno shows where they come in, they're just like, wow, I can't believe it. Okay, well, that's morning chores done. I guess we've got time for a cup of tea, and then we'll go help move some cows.